Okay. Welcome everyone to the Mind, Body, and Literacy Virtual Youth Pop-Up. We're glad to see everybody here. Other youth, thank you for joining us and being on time. Tonight, I think I sent out the agenda to your parents, but we're gonna do an icebreaker. Then we'll have a presentation by Saunders of Weave. Then we'll have a meditation by Light and Water. Tonight we have Jalen. She's with us tonight. And then we'll have a prompt, writing prompt from Passion, and we'll have speaking and then some games. So tonight, Shahad, he'll be leading us in our icebreaker. We'll be doing Kahoot again. So we'll put the link in the chat.
Gotta show my screen. All right.
So everyone can go to no, is it Kahoot.it, right?
Yes, ma'am. All right, can everybody see my screen? Let me get this out of the way.
And once you go to Kahoot.it, you'll enter the game pin, the 1810012, and then put your name in.
It's available.
I will give you guys a couple more seconds to join and then we'll start. Adele. Anyone else that wants to start? Is everybody ready?
We got 10 people participating, so we should have 10 people on this game. Because who doesn't like playing Kahoot, guys? Come on now.
Oh, I have to play too.
Everybody has to play. It's mandatory for all the participants to play.
Adele, we're waiting on you. Are you gonna play?
We got 5. Tylee, Roman. I'm not even going to I'm gonna butcher it. Chase and Jordan. All right, we got Miss Felicia on here.
Adele, are you joining us for Kahoot?
Yes, it's just my internet. It's really slow.
Okay.
It will still show the thing on the bottom if you guys start it.
Okay. So we go ahead and start. Shahad.
I hope I clicked the right one. I did.
Yeah.
All right. All right. The would you rather Kahoot. Wait, I'm not supposed to vote. Dang it. I figured everybody will receive the gift. I figured that. So I'll break the tiebreaker. I'd rather sleep for sure. For sure. I like playing video games, but sleep is just so much better. Okay. I don't really like chocolate, so I would have chose for sure. I feel like everybody chose snow because everybody lives in California or in Sacramento, and it's hot out here. Both of these real quick. Okay. Whoa. Why wouldn't nobody want to have a snowball fight? It's just crazy, man. Oh, that's it. I thought it was 10. There's only 6 questions?
Yeah. You just made it shorter for time.
Oh, okay.
Thank you, Shahad.
Well, who was it that chose no hot chocolate? Whoever it was, I'm in the boat with you, man, because I don't like hot chocolate either.
Thank you very much, Shahad, for leading us in our icebreaker. Now we have Jalen from Light and Water. She'll lead us in our meditation. You just introduce yourself. Tell us a little bit about you.
Yeah, hello. My name is Jalen Elizabeth, and I am the wellness coordinator for Light and Water. Light and Water is a meditative nonprofit based here in Sacramento. And yeah, I'm really happy to be here with you guys today. I'm just going to do a short meditation to kind of ground you guys and get ready for the rest of the night. So thank you so much for having me. First, I'll just kind of explain what meditation is. It's a form of mindfulness to intentionally notice one's own awareness. The benefits include a calmer state of mind, relaxed bodily sensations, and a clearer emotional state. So with that, does anyone have any questions before I get started? Oh, okay, perfect. Okay, I'm just gonna get some music going and then we'll get started. Thank you for your patience. All right. Let's all take 3 collective deep breaths. In through the nose, into the belly, into the chest, and out of the mouth to ground ourselves in this space. Close your eyes if you feel comfortable. And take a deep breath and set an intention for this 10 or so minute practice. An intention can be to focus on the breath, also known as breath work, or calming any anxiety felt in the emotional or physical body. Now repeat that intention in your head for the following few breaths. And remember, in through the nose, into the belly, into the chest, and out of the mouth. Remember, you have the power to actualize anything in your control. You are light, you are powerful, and you are grace embodied. Now that we are grounded in our purpose for this meditation, let's focus on our bodies for a moment. What does it currently feel like? Use a feeling word, such as constricted, light, heavy, powerful, or neutral. And what would you like your body to feel like? In whatever position you're in, notice the weight of your feet. Wiggle each toe. Feel the pressure that you're putting on the floor or your bed. And slowly move upwards. Taking note of how each inch of your body feels and responds to how you notice it. Be compassionate to any pain or discomfort by saying, I feel you, thank you, you may be released. Continuing slowly up the legs, onto the hips and the stomach. Pausing at the stomach and visualizing a bright white light coming from this area. As you continue to move upwards, imagine the light growing bigger and brighter. To the neck. Don't forget the chest. And the head. By this time, maybe your bright light has covered your whole entire body. Or maybe it's covered the whole room. Or even the entire city. Let this white light represent your intention and its growth and brightness, representing the compassion and the love you have for yourself and others. Release the final bit of angst in all parts of your body and thank the sensation. Before we complete the meditation, thank yourself for taking the time to relax your mind, body, and spirit. And let's take 3 last long, deep inhales and exhales. And when you're ready, you may open your eyes. And that is our meditation today. Thank you all so much for having me. Is there any questions about meditation, questions about light and water, or any feedback? Oh. Okay, guys. Well, I hope you guys have a great rest of your night. And again, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye. Hope everyone enjoyed that meditation. Next, we have Chase Saunders, and he will be giving us our presentation tonight on consent. And Chase, you want to introduce yourself, tell us a little bit, about you, and then what you'll be presenting tonight.
All righty. Hello, everybody. Hope everybody's doing a good night. Thank you again for having me. It's great to see everybody on here again tonight. Hope everybody had a great holiday last weekend. As Ms. Felicia said, my name is Chase. I work with an organization called Weave in Sacramento. A little quick something about myself. I have a cat and a dog, and I love to skate and I love basketball. So that's me. And a little bit about Weave. We're a nonprofit here in Sacramento. We've been around for quite a few years. And we work with folks who have experienced violence in their relationships. So whether it's violence with a partner, a family member, a friend, we work with folks so that they can heal, be safe, and kind of get back up on their feet. And then we also go out into the community to talk to folks about violence and talking about how we can prevent certain types of violence. Okay. And so tonight, what I'd like to talk with you all is consent. So consent's a word that has a lot of definitions depending on how you're talking about it, but we're going to talk about it in terms of our relationships. So hopefully everybody can see my screen here. Let me make it bigger. So we're going to talk about consent, like I said, in terms of our relationships, right? So let me get a few head nods if you've ever heard of the word consent. Just nod your head if you've heard of the word consent. Yeah, I got a couple of folks. Okay, great. So consent is just another word for permission, right? So you ask for consent because you're asking for permission to do something. Maybe you're asking for permission to go somewhere. You can ask for permission to hug someone. You can ask for permission to tell someone a secret, right? You can ask for permission to tell someone else a secret, right? So that's what consent is. Consent is just asking for permission, okay? And the reason we ask for consent is because we want people to ask us if they want to do something with us, right? We ask for consent because we want to make sure that whatever we're about to do, the person who's receiving that action is safe and comfortable and feels good about whatever we're about to do, okay? And that's why we ask for consent. It's the best way to prevent harm. The best way to prevent ourselves from hurting other people is to ask before we do something, right? And in turn, other people should ask us as well so that they prevent, so that they aren't harming us, right? So let's talk about consent. So consent, when you ask for a question, when you ask a question and you're asking for consent, the answer you receive has to be yes, okay? It has to be something that it's a word called affirmative. And to be affirmative is to say yes, it's to agree, right? And so when a consent is affirmative, it means that you've agreed, you've said yes to whatever that question was, whatever that action is, okay? And so when we're talking about consent, you got to have 4 things in order for it to be consent, or what we call consensual, for you to do something that the other person is approving of, right? The question has to be clear, okay? It has to be coherent, meaning someone can understand it, okay? that person's response, it has to be willing, it can't be forced, and it has to be ongoing. So if anything changes, the person has to continue to say yes, okay? So we're gonna break that down just a little bit more. When I say clear, when I say that consent is clear, it means that consent is active, okay? That means it's ongoing. That means it's not passive. Passive meaning like, yeah, okay, sure, right? It's active, it's communicated, right? So it's not, you're not guessing if somebody's saying yes to something, if somebody's giving you consent, you know, because they've communicated, okay? It's informed, meaning whatever that thing that you're asking that person to do, right? So maybe you're asking for a hug, okay? You wouldn't just say, go up to a person and say, hey, can I do a thing to you? No, you'd say, hey, can I hug you, right? And so that's informed. You're informing that person, you're letting them know, this is what I'm going to do. And it's also specific, right? So you're saying, hi, can I hug your neck? Or hi, can I hold your hand, right? Or hi, can I tell you a secret about my day? All right, or can I tell you a secret that I've never told anybody else? It's specific. Silence is not consent. So just because you ask a question and somebody doesn't respond, doesn't mean that their answer is yes, right? Sometimes people don't know how to say no, right? Sometimes people feel uncomfortable saying no. So it's on us to recognize, hey, that person didn't say yes. So maybe I shouldn't do that thing that I want to do, right? So someone not responding, that doesn't mean yes. And the absence of no is also not consent. So what that means is basically that yes means yes. And if someone doesn't say yes, then it means no. Okay? So that's what we mean when we say consent is clear. Okay? Consent should be coherent, right? And remember I said that coherent means that you understand. You're able to understand what is being asked. Okay? So consent cannot be given when someone is incapacitated by drugs or alcohol. So what that means, if that someone has been using any sort of drugs, if someone has been drinking any form of alcohol, they cannot give consent, okay? And the reason that is because when someone is under the influence, that's what we call it, of any sort of drugs or any form of alcohol, then they don't necessarily understand what's happening. Right? You can't necessarily understand the full weight of the choices that you're making. You can't necessarily understand the who, the what, the when, the where, the why, or how, okay? And that also includes any other kind of vulnerable position, right? So if someone is really, really sad, right? If someone is really, really sad, if someone's really, really upset, or even really, really angry, they're not thinking clearly. Okay, and when folks aren't thinking clearly, they can't necessarily give an informed answer. And remember, we said that consent has to be informed. So if someone is asleep, they can't give consent. If they're unconscious, they can't give consent. Okay, so, or if they're in another vulnerable position. So when we say another vulnerable position, we're talking about power dynamics, okay? So for instance, someone who's much younger can't give consent to someone who's much older, right? So an adult asking you to do something, you can't necessarily give consent because you're too young, right? And you might not necessarily be able to understand the full weight of the choice that you make, okay? So let's keep going. Let's see here. Consent must also be willing, right? So willing just means that you want to do it, right? It's not under pressure. You're not being forced to do something, right? You're not being manipulated to do something. Somebody's not lying to you about what you're about to do. Okay? You are going in as what we call a willing participant, meaning you understand what's about to happen and you're okay with and in fact, you're happy with what's about to happen, okay? You're more than just okay. You're happy about what's about to happen, okay? You're enthusiastic about it, right? And when it's two folks, right? When it's two people, like talking about giving a hug, right? Or even a fist bump, right? When it's two people, both of those folks both people are mutually enthusiastic. Everybody is enthusiastic. If one person's not enthusiastic and the other person is, then you need to stop and you need to talk to, and the other person you need to say, hey, I noticed you don't seem excited. You don't seem maybe that you're sure. Do you want to talk about this before we do this, right? Even if it's having a really deep conversation, right? Maybe it's going to a party together, okay? You just want to talk it through and make sure everybody's on the same page before you move forward, okay? And so the last thing is that consent should be ongoing, okay? Consent is a regular thing. So ongoing meaning consent must be granted every time, right? Just because your friend said yes to a hug today doesn't mean they're going to say yes to a hug when you see them on Monday, right? Something could have changed. They could have had a rough weekend and maybe they just don't, they don't want to really be all that close to someone right now, right? So consent has to be guaranteed every time. Just because someone said yes one time doesn't mean they're going to say yes every time. And so you have to ask every time to make sure that you get that yes, right? And anyone can change their mind at any time, right? You could be saying, you could be like, hey, we're gonna go get some McDonald's, right? And your friend's like, yeah, let's go get some McDonald's. You start walking to McDonald's and everybody seems enthusiastic, and then all of a sudden your friend's like, wait, my stomach's kind of hurting. Maybe I don't want to get McDonald's, right? And so at that point, they've changed their mind. And they get to do that. They absolutely get to do that. And at that point, when somebody changes their mind, there's no more consent, right? That permission is no longer granted. You no longer have permission to do that thing with that person, right? So maybe you turn and you go back and you leave and you don't go to McDonald's. Maybe you get some soup or maybe eat some crackers together, right? But you're just recognizing that that person's decision has changed and you respect that. And you get to change your mind at any time, right? And that person has to respect that you've changed your mind as well, okay? Saying yes to one thing does not mean you're saying yes to other things, right? So let's say you are going to go run errands with a friend, right? And they say, I just got to make this one stop. And you're like, okay, I consent to that. I'll go run this errand to you. But then you get in the car and they're like, well, you know what? Before I make that one stop, I got to stop here. It's on the way, right? Well, you said yes to going to that one place, but maybe you didn't say yes to going to that other place, right? Maybe you had something in mind that you wanted to do after you went to that one place, and now it's going to take you longer to go do the thing you wanted to do, right? Because just because you said yes to the one thing doesn't mean you're saying yes to everything, okay? And that's important to remember. So go over it one more time. Consent has to be clear. I mean, you got to understand what's going on, okay? You have to know and you have to communicate it, okay? Has to be, it's coherent, meaning you can't be in any sort of vulnerable position, can't be asleep or unconscious, right? You can't be really sad when you're giving consent, okay? It has to be willing, meaning there's no force, there's no pressure, there's no manipulation, nobody's lying to you about what they're about to do, okay? It has to be ongoing, meaning every time, every step of the way, that consent has to be there. And you get to change your mind, and that other person gets to change their mind, then everybody has to respect anybody be changing their mind, okay? So, easiest thing, consent is super easy. There's 3 steps to consent. The first one is you ask for permission. So it's, hi, can I give you a hug? Or, hey, I had a really bad day. Is it okay if I call you at 7:30 and talk to you about it? I want to vent. Is it okay if I vent? Right? So you ask for permission. 2, you listen for the answer, right? Maybe that person's going to say, you know what, now's not really a great time for me to talk. 7:30 is not a good time. Can we talk tomorrow? Right? Or I don't really want to hug today. Can we hug tomorrow? Or I don't really want to go somewhere tonight. Maybe we can go another day. Or maybe just no, right? So you listen for the answer. And the last step is that you respect that answer. Okay, so whatever that answer is, If it's a no, if it's a definitely not, right? Whatever that answer is, you respect it. Because that person, they get to ask their question, right? Or they get to give their answer, and you have to respect that. And they get to feel good about their answer, right? We don't want to make people feel bad because they said no. All right. And a lot of times people don't listen to the answer, right? It sounds pretty easy. We're like, okay, if you ask somebody a question, if you say no, they don't give you permission, then you don't do it, right? That seems pretty easy. But sometimes folks get really hurt. Feelings get hurt when someone says no to them, right? It's rejection. And rejection can be painful. But one thing to remember is that just because rejection is painful for us, that doesn't mean that we get to make other people feel bad about our rejection, right? Because us making other people feel bad, we could be also doing harm, right? And so oftentimes with rejection, we have to remember that it's the other person's choice. It doesn't necessarily have anything to do with us. It might not be anything personal about us. It might be about that person, where they're at, what they need, what they want, and what they don't need or want, right? So for consent, you ask for permission. Hey, can I do this thing? You listen for the answer. Sure, you can do that thing. And you respect the answer. Great, we're going to do that thing. Or no, we're not going to do that thing. Okay? So, and you can ask for consent for any activity, any kind of physical affection that you're doing with your friends or family, right? You should ask. And other folks should respect that, right? And it's important that when you recognize, if you've seen a situation where someone said no and that person didn't respect them, you can step in because now you know better, right? If you feel safe, you can step in and you say, hey, that person said no. Or hey, that person said give them their toy back, right? Or give them their book back. You get to step in. You get to be an upstander in your community because you now understand what consent is, right? And you can help other folks understand what consent is, okay? So the last thing I want to leave you with is our supportive statements. We talked about this last week, okay? But I want to just give you these again because remember last week we talked or not last week, it was 2 weeks ago because last week was Thanksgiving. Yeah, I see a thumbs up. So remember we talked about healthy relationships. Consent was a part of that healthy relationship, right? And so was support, right? And remember I told you that sometimes when folks are going through things, it can be hard to know how to support them. And that's okay. You don't have to know because you get to ask, right? That's what consent is. So you get to ask and you get to say supportive things to people so that when they're going through something hard, they recognize that you care and that you want them to be okay and that they're safe with you. So you can tell them that you're not crazy. Sometimes when something bad happens, people think, am I crazy? You're not crazy. What happened, happened. And I believe you, right? You can say, I believe you. You can say, I'm here for you, right? You can say, I'm sorry. I'm sorry that happened to you. And you can also say, thank you for telling me, right? Because we all know that when something is hard, it's hard to go through something. It can be hard to talk to people about it. So it's always great to just give a little bit of gratitude that that person was vulnerable with you because that means that they trust you, right? And then the last thing you can just ask, what do you need, right? What can I do to support you? What can I do to show you that I've got your back and that I care, okay? So the last thing I'm going to leave you with, I always leave you with these, two resources for you, okay? If you ever have any questions about anything that I talked about with you, you can always go online to our website, weaveinc.org. If you go into the education, how to learn section, there's sections in there all for folks your age, all about consent, okay? We also have our 24/7 support and information line. You can call that number anytime you need support for anything. If you experience any form of violence in your community, please reach out to us. We're here to help. That's what we do. We support people through any form of violence that they experience, all right? And there's also loveisrespect.org. That's a great website that just helps you learn how to have healthy relationships with the people you care about. So I always recommend that website. And they have a text line that you can use if you need support as well, okay? So, I know I ran through that a little quickly. Sorry, I talk fast sometimes. Are there any questions about consent? Any questions, any thoughts, anything that you're wondering, should I ask for consent when I do this thing? now's the time to ask. And if not, Miss Felicia can also send you my information, and she can send me any kind of questions that you have as well. Okay. Anything else? No?
No questions? We're gonna have trivia tonight. If you got questions, ask them.
All right. You're gonna make sure you understand, you know. No? Okay. Well, you guys were great. Y'all were so wonderful. I always love coming and hanging out with you folks on a Friday night. I hope you all have a great weekend. And I'm sure I won't see you before the end of the year. So please have a safe, happy, and very, very healthy holiday. Okay? Everybody
Thank you.
take care.
You too. And thank you so much.
Not a problem. Have a good night.
You too. All right. So I want to thank Chase for his presentation on consent. Again, like I said, the trivia is going to be on consent, what he talked about tonight, and then on the healthy relationships that he talked about last time. So next on the agenda, we have Miss Passion. She'll be leading us through with some writing prompts.
Hi guys, happy Friday. I
Happy
hope you have
Friday.
your journals ready. Again, my name is Passion Bailey. I am the founder and creator of Crystal Bowl Literary Group. And I'm a owner of Hidden Gems Thrift Store. And I've also, I don't know if I said this last time, but I am a part of the Crystal Bowl Book Club. It's going on 10 years. So it's amazing to talk to some new book club members or young book club members. Hopefully you guys keep this book club going. So let's go ahead and get into it. Last time, our writing prompt was something to help as far as mental health goes. If you're when you're feeling down, it was a tool to use to help you. And I hope that you guys utilize your journals, like even just not for book club or programs like this, just for your own benefits or just something you do every day, because journaling is very healthy and beneficial. So today our journal prompt is it's going to be focusing on intention. And I do have something to share. Give me 1 second. Oh, hold on. Okay. Okay. So intention. Intention is a determination or a plan to do something specific or doing something on purpose or with a purpose. So I've always heard of the word intention, or like when you're a kid, you're asked, did you do that on purpose? Did you intend to do that? So intention is it's a powerful word. And so like there's some chats. Let me just check the chat. Okay. All right. Yes. Yeah, so you don't need your book club book, but you just need your journal or a piece of paper just to write down some stuff. But your intention, you think about an intention. So imagine if you're playing ball and you throw the ball, you throw it fast, and the person that you was throwing it to misses it and you break a window. And it's like, oh my God, I didn't do that on purpose. I wasn't intending to do that. And so people understand that you do things on accident, so you weren't intending to do it. So that's an example of intention. Or I don't know, a good thing is like if you're not intending, say if you wake up in the morning and you're getting dressed for school and you're late and you throw on some shoes and you get to school and you're like, oh my God, I put on two mismatched shoes. But one of your friends comes up to you and is like, oh, that's cool, you know, and the next thing you know, everybody's wearing mismatched shoes. So that's a good thing where you're not intending for something to happen, but something good comes out of it. Now you're like a fashion trender or fashionista or something like that. But setting intentions to do something can help you with your goals. It could just help you overall to live your life more with purpose. There's a meme that I copied down and says, when you have clear intention, the universe conspires with you to make it happen. So just like last time we talked a little bit about affirmations, like if you say, I am safe, I am confident, those things, you can kind of almost train your mind to be those things. But with intentions, if you set out to do something, most likely it'll
Excuse
happen.
me? Are we supposed to be writing this stuff down as you speak?
No, I have not put up the journal prompt. I'm gonna get into that.
I just thought we were supposed to write this stuff down.
Okay, I will. So that is the definition of intention. I know the first time that I really focused on intention is when there was a time when I was studying it was a spiritual path, Islam. And they always said, like, if is in Islam, there's times when you fast. It's like a religious, I don't know what the word is, commitment that you're supposed to do. And so what they tell you to do is the night before you fast is set your intentions that tomorrow I'm going to fast. And so setting intentions is very important, but I'm going to go ahead and share with you the journal prompt. Just wanted to kind of get you guys in the thought process of what intentions are. Okay, so this is where you need to get your pen and paper ready. So what is one thing that you can commit to tonight that your future self would thank you for? And so you want to think about, like, for instance, you can say, my intention is going forward on the weeknight, every night, I'm going to make sure I'm in the bed by 9 p.m. Or going forward, my intention is to drink more water. So what this journal prompt is to write down something that you can commit to, which is your intention to, that your future self will thank you for it. It could even be, I don't know, I'm gonna make sure that I read 20 minutes a day, because in the future, what's going to happen is your brain is going to get stronger, your vocabulary is going to get better, so your future self will thank you for setting that intention. And I'm just going to read what it says under the journal prompt. It's easy to become caught up in a habitual behaviors that classes up here that do not serve us. However, this question is an invitation to consider a single nourishing act we can commit to today as an act of self-care. And it can be self-care, it can be anything, but just something that you think that you can commit to that your future self will thank you for. And if you guys have any questions or something that, if you need clarity on that of the journal prompt, I can help you with that. Otherwise, we can I'm going to give you guys some time to write down some intentions. So everyone should be writing in their journal or whatever you have. What is one thing I can commit to today that my future self will thank me for? And if I see a couple of people have finished. If you're done, just go ahead and put in the chat that you're done, and I'll give till then and give a couple more minutes to let everyone finish. Okay. Looks like a lot of us have finished already. Okay, looks like is everyone done? Okay. So when you are setting your goals or things that you want to achieve, just remember intentions. So it's kind of like when they say, putting it out in the universe. When you say that you're going to do something, if you have clear intentions, it will come to pass. So just remember that. Did anyone want to share what they have written down? Adele?
So I wrote one thing that I could commit to that would benefit my future self is waking up earlier and setting an alarm on school days. You're muted. Huntington.
Oh, I was just asking, why do you think your future self will thank you for that?
Well, sometimes I wake up a little late and I don't have as much time to get ready for school.
Yeah.
Like more preparing, like grabbing my backpack and getting dressed.
Your future self will say, "Woo, thank you for waking up earlier. There was a lot of less stress that that you had to go through."
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Thank you for sharing.
Yeah.
Did anyone else want to share, Ibrahim? Go ahead. Is it Kamara?
Yes. Yes. Yes, it's Kamar. So one thing is to wake up at 8 and work until 6 and help others. And I had one.
Go ahead.
That's what I had one.
Said one thing I could commit to that my future self would thank me for is finishing my homework when I leave school.
Daddy!
If I sit down and do my homework once I get to the restaurant, I won't have to stay up late or rush myself to finish my work in between periods. This would help me get to school on time because I would get more sleep.
Okay. Go ahead, Roman, you wanted to share? Oh, Roman?
You're on mute, Roman. You're still on mute.
I'm loving seeing these babies. Everybody has a baby.
So cute. I
Mhm.
would bring Azariah, but he's too loud.
Hey, it looks like we got a baby party here. You might as well let him join in.
Roman, can you unmute, Roman? Or did you still want to share? Oh, you can't unmute. You want to type it? No? Okay.
Okay. Well, that's all I had. If no one else would like to share, just again, I wanted to reiterate to make sure that you are writing in your journals. Journaling helps so much. It helps with growth because you can write your thoughts and your feelings, and sometimes you don't have anyone to talk to, or you don't want to share certain things with people, and you can just be your authentic self in your journaling, and you can go back like months later and look at how you were thinking then and see if anything has changed. So This is really good. Good job, Felicia, for including this in your festivities this weekend. But that's all I have. Thank you so much for inviting me. And if you guys, we have book club for adults. If your parents, any parents want to join book club, tell them to come on over the Crystal Bowl. We can all read in the household.
Yes, it's a great book club too. All right, thank you so much, Passion. We really enjoyed that. And last time you did the glad for us. That was awesome. And this time you talked about intention. So I hope they really learned from this and got some pointers, and we'll use this as a tool in the future. So thank you.
All right.
All right. Nothing else, we'll move on to the games. Everybody ready for the games? Did anybody else want to share before we move on to the next? What time is it? Okay. So now we have, we're gonna do trivia. Ahead of time. And can you still help with that, Shahad?
Yeah, I gotta pull it back up. The X on it.
So we're gonna be using Kahoot again. So if everybody can go to Kahoot.it. And this, the trivia, how it works is you want to be the fastest to get the correct answer, because it's by points. So we're gonna have 3 prizes. We're gonna have first place, second place, and third place. In first place, they're gonna win a TV. Second place, we have an art kit. And third place, we have some gift cards.
Ooh, what size is this TV?
It's like a little smart TV I found.
Okay.
Walmart. I think your parents have a picture of it. I think I sent out the pictures of it in the text messaging.
I'm ready. I'm about to sign in.
Question.
Okay. Nick, can you bring it up so they can get the ID and all that?
I have a
Everybody can.
question.
Yes, who has a question? Who has Anaya?
Yeah. Do we sign up as a teacher, student, personal, or professional?
If you go to kahoot.it, it should ask you for a number, for a code. So kahoot.it, so not kahoot.com.
I know I'm on that. So do you want me to log in as student?
No, you shouldn't log in. Can you see the screen? Shahad, can you go to kahoot.it so that she can see?
Am I not showing my screen?
You're showing your screen, but that's when you're signed in. So you see me, but can you bring up another tab and just show them what they should see on kahoot.it?
Can I share my screen and show you what I see?
Yeah, you want to share?
Hold on, I can't move the show you screen thing. There we go. Okay. So this right here is what we're looking for.
It should be like a purple screen, and it should ask you for the game pin.
Well, I'm on my mom's computer right now, so I'm not logged in into Kahoot or anything.
So if
So
you just
I have to log in as like student or something like that.
You see
no.
the purple thing?
Minimize your screen. Stop sharing your screen, Shahad. Let me see if I can show her my screen.
No, Mom. Okay, I can see.
So this, you should see this.
No, I don't see that.
So if you go to kahoot.it, this should pop up.
No.
Does everybody else see this? The kahoot.it, if you go to kahoot.it,
Yeah.
kahoot.it. So make sure you're going to IT
Yeah.
and not .com.
I'm on IT. I just don't see it. Can I share my screen and show you what I see?
IT.
Yes. Are you sharing your screen?
I'm looking for it. For some reason it's not letting me.
Do you have a phone?
Yeah, I'm trying to share my screen.
And then you click this.
Mhm.
We're trying to get her to the kahoot.it, the purple screen where she just puts in the pin so she can play the game. She doesn't need to log in or anything.
But she has to share her screen.
Well, she was trying to show us what she sees.
Oh, okay. Well, let's start over. Where is she supposed to go?
Yeah, so Kahoot, KAHOOT
So this is in a
.it.
window?
.it.
In an open window?
Go to Safari.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay. Hold on. Let me. That could be why I don't use Safari. Use Chrome.
Okay, is everybody ready to start? All right, then you'll have 20 seconds for the true false and 30 seconds for the trivia questions to answer. And again, it goes by who answers correctly the quickest and it goes by points. All right, Shahad, we're ready.
All right, so the first question is, what is consent? All right, so we got Adele. I think I'm saying your name right. Top scorer, followed by Zariah.
You guys remember that from what Chase was talking about consent is the best way to prevent harm? Someone said no. Okay, next.
The question is going too fast to the point where I can't see it.
We have 20 seconds. And we'll read it as well.
There's no rush to answer the question. You got a solid 30 seconds. It won't even continue to everybody answer. So
Yeah.
I know that, but like the question that's supposed to pop up is not popping up. It just takes me straight to the page of true or false, or the page. It's not showing me the question.
You have to look at the screen share too to see the question.
Does everybody get that? If you don't see it, you look at the screen share as well. Okay, could go to the next one, Shahad. And you can read it.
So this question is, what is intentions? Or what is intention? No S. So the correct answer was, wait, what was it?
Plan to do a specific thing. And Miss Passion just talked about that in your writing prompt.
Yeah, okay. So we got Lee and Adele is trailing right behind her. Is it okay to hug someone without consent?
Good, y'all got that right.
What would you do if someone online asks for your name, address, or to send a photo? All right, tell a trusted. Okay, so I feel like tell a trusted adult was a correct answer, but ignore it could also be a correct answer. In my opinion, that's just me.
I thought ignore it would be a correct answer.
Yeah, and you also want to tell a trusted adult. I meant to take that one out though. Because he didn't talk about trusted adults.
Yeah.
But yeah, y'all want to tell a trusted adult if someone is asking you to do stuff like that.
Next question. Consent is blank. So what is consent?
Okay. Clear and ongoing. Remember Chase talked about that tonight. There's 4 things. So clear and ongoing. So ongoing, so it means it's more than one time. And they actually need to say yes. So.
Raya still.
Ryan and Adele. Then Kendall.
Okay, no.
How do you know that someone consents? Correct. Ask them. Yeah, you don't want to assume. You never want to assume. That'll get you in trouble. Remember that you ask them and then they have to say yes.
All right.
Everybody got that correct. Okay, Adele came up.
The last question, I picked the right answer, but it counted as wrong.
Did it count as wrong or?
Yeah, but I picked the right answer.
It didn't count it as wrong. Just remember I told you it's how fast you do it.
Damn. Okay.
All right, next question. A healthy relationship should make you what?
Okay, everybody got that. Okay, yes, safe and respected.
All right.
Build trust by who said negotiating? Okay, so you want to be honest. That's how you build trust. True or false? Negotiation means to come to an agreement. It's true. And we learned that last time when we talked about healthy relationships. Negotiation, that's two people coming to an agreement. Okay. Okay, Roman coming up. And the writing prompt, what does the L stand for in GLAD? And this is from the first writing prompt that we did. The passion. It was learned. Okay, guys, remember. Okay, then we got what, 2 more questions? What's something you learned to relax and ease your mind? Correct, meditation. Okay. Oh yeah, that's right. Okay, next we'll see who the 3 winners were. So we have Adele, we have Zoria, and then Kendall.
It's Soraya.
I'm so sorry. I don't know why I keep doing that. And your name sounds like my son's name, Azariah. Soraya. All right, so Adele, you get the TV and we'll see how you can get that. Get your parents to pick it up. Zariah, I was 100%. Sorry. Zariah, you can get an art kit. And then Kendall, you'll get a gift card. I think it was $50 gift card. Okay. Our next game will be bingo. And I'll contact your guys' parents to get, and for the gift card, Kendall, you can either you get another one. You got 2 gift cards. Kendall won bingo last time. Yes. Congratulations, everyone. Where is Jordan? Jordan's gonna help us with bingo. I'm gonna put the link in the chat for you guys to get your bingo cards. Get that ready. And then Jordan will be calling the game. I'll put the link in the chat for everybody to get their bingo cards. And Jordan, are you on that page that I sent you?
Yep.
Okay. And then just hit call game, that link. Are you on that page?
Yep.
Okay, stay there until everybody gets their bingo card. Hopefully the boys can win in bingo. Does everybody have their bingo card yet?
What's the bingo card?
So if you click on that link that I put in the chat.
I did.
Okay, then a card should pop up and it should have words on the screen.
Can I tell you what it says?
No, you don't have to. It's just when Jordan, when she calls the game, she's gonna call out the words And then as she calls out the word, you're gonna mark it on your card.
Is it like blackout or?
Is that what you guys call it? So you could either get 4 across, 4 down, 4 diagonal. So
That's
like
kind
that.
of like Connect Four.
Yeah, something like that.
Blackout is where you do all the cards, all like the full card.
Yeah.
Yeah, so as long as you get 4 across, diagonal, or down all together, then you got, remember you have to call bingo. So whoever calls bingo first with the 4 across, down, or diagonal. Okay. Is everybody ready? Everybody has
Yes, I'm ready.
Let's see a thumbs up. Okay. Tay, you ready? Roman, you ready?
Yeah.
Okay, looks like everybody's ready. Okay, Jordan, from that page, you're gonna hit start game.
Already started.
Okay, and then you just do the call sequence. So it should have the word.
Call 1 is healthy relationship.
Is everybody ready for the next call?
Should it make an X on the little square?
Yeah, I think it should be an X
Okay.
if you have the word. Yeah.
So the first word was literacy?
Healthy relationships, right?
Yes.
Healthy. And I'll put it in the chat. Okay. Second.
You guys ready for call 2?
Yeah.
What's the Zoom password so Ibram can join?
There's no password.
I think the ID.
The pin is, could someone put it in there? I don't know what the pin is because I'm inside of it. Does someone have the pin? Hold on, let me see if I can look it up.
Oh, I found it.
8, you got it? The 893?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Call 2 is literacy.
Done.
Everybody got that one?
Yes.
Call 3 is honesty.
Call 3.
Call 4 is gratitude.
Call 5.
Call 5 is writing. Call 6 is trusted adult.
Bingo. I got it. Trusted adult means?
Show them your thing.
What? I show them my page? How do I do that?
Just face the thing to your.
Oh, do I do that? I mean, it's weird.
And we'll keep going. We'll keep going.
Yeah.
So Adele, she'll be one first. And then
Why
we'll
would you
keep going.
suggest that? That's
What was your card number, Adele?
Call 7.
mine was 22.
22. Okay. What was call 7? I'm sorry, Lydia.
Call 7, communication.
Call 8.
She like, hurry up.
Everybody got call 7.
Yes.
Call 8 is delight.
Bingo.
Bingo.
Who got bingo? Did we get 2 bingos or just one?
A.
Tay and Kendall?
Yep.
And what's your card number, Tay?
My card number is 23.
And Kendall, your card number?
My number is 8, but it has 2 zeros in front of it.
008. So what you can do, Jordan is on that page where it says put in the bingo card. You can put in their bingo card and check just to make sure. And that was at call 8.
Yep.
One question.
Nine.
Okay. And then card, what was that, 23?
Yeah, 23. And also one question. Can you get double bingo?
No, if you already won, you shouldn't still be playing. Okay, and then we'll do one more winner.
There were already 3.
Yeah, they got it at the same time. So we'll do one more.
Okay.
We got Tay. Okay. Call 9.
Call 9 is accomplishment.
Call 10.
Call 10 is consent.
Bingo. Oh. Bingo.
Who, Tyree and Anaya got it?
Yeah. Mine is 25. My number is 27.
And who, did somebody else say bingo too?
That was me.
Roman,
Who was me?
what's your card number, Roman?
11.
Oh, what happened?
Did you get my card number?
Okay, see what
Yep.
call 11.
Progress.
Okay.
Did you get my card number?
Did you say 22?
27.
7.
Did you hear
Okay,
mine?
Yeah, you got literacy, gratitude, trusted adult, and consent. Oh, who is that?
I said, do you hear mine?
Uh-huh. What was yours?
25.
Uh-huh.
Yep.
Yeah, you got it like twice. You got it down and across. And then Roman, yours was what? 3?
11.
11.
Doubles.
Mm-hmm. Okay. I think almost everybody won. Did everybody win?
Yeah.
Okay, so Adele, she got first place. She'll get $50 gift card. Tay and Kendall got second place. they'll get $30 gift cards. And then Tyree, Anaya, and Roman third place, and they'll get $20 gift cards.
Yeah. Let's go.
All right, it's a little bit after 8, but thank you, everybody. Did anybody have any questions? Who said $50 Kindle? Oh. Any questions, anybody? Everybody ready for skating next week?
Yeah.
That was nice. Thank you so much, Felicia. I couldn't answer with my phone. I had to come in here with Roman. I mean, not my phone, my computer. It kept saying a connection error, even though we're in the same house using the same internet. But I didn't want to be off, so that's why I just came in here with Roman.
Okay.
That was a good game. And Roman would have had bingo a while ago. I don't know why he didn't call, but I think he got discriminated. I think he started feeling upset when somebody else called bingo, and he was like, I could have got bingo. And I'm like, keep playing.
Yeah, you just call it if you get it. Yeah. I'm excited for skating next week. Excited to see everybody. You guys are gonna get your self-care boxes, so you're gonna get a lot of goodies on your self-care boxes as well. So if you're not there, I'll try to meet with your parents to get you your self-care box. But yeah, we're excited for next week. Yes.
I have a question.
Yes, Anaya.
When are we going to be going skating?
Next Friday, December 10th at 6:30. And I believe your mom, I think she did.
I think we're gonna be there.
Mm-hmm.
But do we have like any plans from the 14th to 17th?
I sent out a calendar. So after skating, then the following week we'll do the book club where you'll do your reading. So we'll start the book up again.
Okay. From like the 14th to 17th, I won't be here because I'm going to Disneyland.
Ooh, have fun. That sounds nice.
Thank you.
So we'll just tell you what page we read up to, and then you can catch up. Okay.
All right.
And I think the girls are on page 24, and the boys, you guys are supposed to read up to page 91. Right, Shahad?
Yeah.
Okay. Everybody have fun?
Would you
guys
I have
like
lots of fun.
Okay. Would you guys like to do this again next year?
Yeah.
Okay. What type of topics would you like to discuss or learn about?
Mm-hmm.
Any topics you would like to learn about? Computers, finances, money, gaming, owning a business,
investing, saving,
opening a bank account.
Yes.
Think about
opening up that bank account, girl. Opening up the bank account and keeping the dollars in there. Don't just open it up and then. I think that's fine. How many people have bank accounts?
I do. So.
Okay. Couple of you. So we gotta get everybody a bank account.
Yeah, even if we just start out with something small and have it keep growing every month.
Mm-hmm. What is going on?
No, that's my granddaughter. That's why I got to get me a hotel.
Oh, the baby. Okay. Well, that's it for tonight. This was great. I'm glad to see some new faces on here. Thank you guys for participating. And
back it up.
What happened? What's going on?
I've got a question. Can I leave?